Hey guys, it's Ellie and welcome back to Beauty Hacks, Fail or Holy Grail, where we test Pinterest beauty hacks and find out if they're a fail or a holy grail or a holy fail. Today we're doing nail art hacks, and I've got 5 nail art hacks that we're going to test today. They all claim to be easy DIY things that you can do with household items. So we're going to be using stuff like cling wrap, newspaper, reinforcement labels, and a few other household things. So without further ado, let's jump over to our Fail or Holy Grail testing station and get started. I'm gonna kind of walk you through each one as we go. I'll tell you all the things we need for it, but you probably already have all the stuff in your house already. So let's hop on over there, let's get started. We're gonna get our nails looking fancy. Okay, so I've pre-painted my nails that we're going to be doing with the base colors needed so that they're already dry and ready to go. We're going to be starting with this finger right here, and we're going to be doing something that kind of emulates a turquoise look. So for this hack, you will need a gold color for your base. I use Sally Hansen's Insta-Dry in Go for Gold. A turquoise color for the top. This is the Sally Hansen in Mint Sprint. And then some plastic wrap to create the texture. So the first step is to just paint your nail with 2 coats of the gold color. So that's already done. My nail is dry and ready for the second part. Next, we take our turquoise color and put a coat on top of the gold. While it's still very wet, we crumple up our saran wrap here and just kind of dot it. And that's kind of, I guess, the desired effect. So I'm gonna let this dry and then put on a top coat and we'll give this a judge. Let's see. And here's our finished product. I think this is pretty cool, and I think if you had this on all your nails or used it as an accent nail, it would be pretty impressive. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and say Holy Grail. It took all of 5 seconds and didn't need much effort or skill at all. So this is definitely a Holy Grail for me. So now we'll let this one dry a little bit. We're gonna hop over to this hand and we're gonna do this finger, which is going to be a newsprint nail hack. So for this hack, you will need your newspaper, some rubbing alcohol, and a white nail polish. As you can see, I've already painted my nail with the white nail polish, so it says to let it dry completely. This one is dried completely. This is 2 coats of this white, which is Get Mod by the Sally Hansen brand again. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to take a little bowl here and pour some alcohol into it so we can dip our nail into it. I've already cut some of my newspaper for my nail here. I chose to go with the classified section because I like the colors. And yes, so I'm just gonna use this on my nail. So the hack says to dip my nail in the alcohol for a few seconds and then take your newspaper and lay it face down on the wet alcohol nail. And then you wanna hold that there and let it transfer. So it might be kind of a quick process, but let's go ahead and get this started. First things first, let me put my nail in the alcohol for a few seconds. All right. And then I'm just gonna place the newsprint on my nail, and it says to try not to move it once you press it down. So it's on, trying not to move it, trying to press it down enough so that the ink transfers. I don't know how long to hold this, I'm just gonna guess. And I think that's probably good enough. So I'm just gonna peel it back and we're gonna see how it looks. All right, there we go. Let me throw some top coat on this and then we'll give it a judge. All right, so here it is, and I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, I had some smudging happen, but overall, I still think this looks really great, and it would look really cool to have all of your nails like this. So it definitely looks like a nail decal to me, and the transfer process was really successful, and it was super easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this a Holy Grail. I think this is awesome. It's easy and cheap, so Holy Grail for me. All right, we're gonna jump back over to our other gold nail here, and this is gonna be a mermaid style nail art. So for this hack, you will need a bath loofah, a makeup wedge, a base color, I'm using the same gold I used before, a light blue, and I'm using the same turquoise color from before, and then a shimmery teal. This one is the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel in Combustible. So just like before, the first step is to paint your base color. This is 2 coats of the gold color, and it's dry and ready to go. Next, we're gonna take our loofah and cut off a little piece so that we get that fishnet texture, like so. Now I'm gonna pour both of my teal colors onto a plate so that I can make some kind of ombre situation happen for the top. So I'm gonna dip this end into the paint and get that ready for the process of stamping it on. And then I'm gonna stretch this fishnet over my nail and then stamp the ombre over top so it creates some kind of textural stencil situation. So there's that. Now I'm gonna peel off the fishnet and hope that it saved. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, let's see here. Let me clean up the sides. Maybe I should try that again. I don't even know. I don't know if that's allowed. I'm gonna clean up the sides and then we're gonna look at it and we'll go from there. Okay, so this one does not look at all like the pin said it would. It was supposed to get a clear stencil from the loofah fishnet texture, but it didn't seem to actually block out the paint at all. I don't know if there's some other way that I was supposed to do that. Maybe it gets easier with practice, but this does not look like a mermaid tail, and I'm disappointed. So this definitely gets a fail, because Pinterest makes it look beautiful and wonderful and perfect, and this is real life, and it's just not that. So this is a fail, unfortunately. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, for the next one, we're going to use this bear nail here. We're going to do the half moon mani, and for this one, you will need some little circle reinforcement stickers, and a color of your choice. This is Zoya's Sasha. So the first step of this one is to take your little reinforcement label and stick it over the top of your nail to create the half moon stencil shape. It's important to really press it down so that you can try to get it as close to the nail as possible, especially around your cuticles where it tends to not want to stay down. So yeah, definitely give that a little extra effort. With that fully stuck on there, I'm going to paint my nails. And then before it's fully dry, you just want to peel the label off. Alright, and this is what we're left with. It's definitely not super clean. I feel like it needs to be cleaned up a bit, so let me just clean up the sides where my skin is, and then we'll see if anything else needs to be done. Alright, so as you can see, it's a kind of half moon. It's not totally the right shape though. So I'm wondering if I can use some nail polish remover and a brush to kind of even it out. I've got some in a little thing over here, and then this tiny little brush I'm going to use to try to fix it up. So let's see if I can make this look a little more even. Alright, so that's looking better. Obviously there's a side over here that's kind of missing some, but I don't really know how much I could do to fix that right now. And we're going to kind of move on to what the pin says next. I think it's optional, but it says you could paint a line around where the line is, so we're going to try that. And obviously you could just top coat this now and go like this, but let's go big or go home. Let's see if we can get the line and make it look extra fancy. So for this bonus Jonas part of this hack here, I'm just going to take a little nail art brush here and dip it in some pink, and then I'm going to try to make a line across the red, which could be difficult, but why not try? Alright, so I've made that pink line, and that really does even it out a little bit, makes it more shapely, and filled in our gap as well. So it's definitely more even. However, this one takes quite a lot of work and doesn't come out very easily. I don't know if I can really imagine doing this to all of my nails, but maybe you might want to do that, and other people might want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and rule this one a holy fail, because it needs so much extra work and perfecting, and the hack itself just is questionable. So anyways, this is a holy fail. It works, but it's not really that easy or simple. So let's move on. Alright, our last hack is going to be on this white nail here. We're going to try to do some kind of heart stencil, which is supposed to be super easy and quick. And for this hack, you will need a base color. I used the same white I used before. A color for the heart. I'm using Essie's In Stitches. And some tape. The first step is to paint your base color. I've already done that, and just like the rest, it's dry and ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is to create our tape heart. So go ahead and take a piece of tape, and we're going to need to fold it in half. So I'm going to fold the ends over so that I have some tabs to peel it back when I need to. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll be able to unpeel it once it's stuck to itself. Now we're going to just fold the tape in half and use some scissors to cut a heart out of the folded side. Alright, so let's peel this back and see if the heart actually looks good. Not bad. And hopefully that fits on my nail. We're going to go ahead and place it on the base color wherever you want your heart to be. And then take whatever color you've picked for your heart and paint it over the hole. And now I'll peel the tape back, and we should be left with a perfectly stenciled pink heart on our nail. Boom! That's awesome. Alright, let me top coat this puppy and we'll look at it up close. So just like we saw before, it is a perfectly done heart here. Well, not perfect, but I mean it looks just like the stencil. And if I had created a more perfect heart, it would be more perfect, but I think it's great. It was super easy, it was quick, no real effort needed there. And if you're really good at cutting hearts, it'll be even better. So this one is definitely a holy grail for me. I would absolutely do this again, and it would look really cool on all your nails. So definitely a holy grail. Okay, so 5 nail art hacks, 3 of them were holy grails, 1 was a holy fail, and 1 was a fail. My personal favorite was the newsprint one. I feel like I may just go have to take all this off and do all newsprint nails. It was good to see that some of them were holy grails, but as usual, not all pins are created equal and some things just are fails. So anyways, I had fun doing this. I hope you had fun watching it. If you want to request a hack, I've got a link down below to do so. Feel free to leave a comment on if you've done these before, if you've mastered them, or if I've done them wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, feel free to find me on social media all over the place at Ellko NYC. And I'll see you guys next time. I love you so much and thank you for watching. Bye.